to another edition of the 3-Point Conversion Presents Making the Cut. I'm your host, Mr. Controversy, sitting here live at Will's Barbershop in Fayetteville, North Carolina. You know I got my man in crime, Will the Sports Guru.
Yo, yo.
I got my special guest, Big TJ from 3 Points the Hard Way Go podcast.
Yeah.
Today's topic, we're talking about the NFC North. I'm biased. It's the best division in the NFC. But no, seriously, we're talking about the NFC North. You got the Bears, Packers, we got Detroit, and the Vikings. Who do you think is gonna come up?
Oh, man. I hate to admit it, right here. But I gotta go with the Bears, man. I gotta give credit where credit's due, man. Brandon Marshall, of course, he's gonna be balling out of his mind again. Jay Cutler, I mean, you guys added, you know, some key components in the defense as well. Kyle Fuller's been balling out in practice. So with Trestman and the offense and how that has been growing since he's been there, I think it's going to just all the way come to fruition. Matt Forte, they're going to be doing their thing, man. You still got to watch out for Green Bay. You know, Aaron Rodgers is there. So when Aaron Rodgers is there, they're still aware for a window of opportunity. I mean, Eddie Lacy is a baller, Rookie of the Year. So they just signed Jordy Nelson back to a good size contract. So you definitely got to watch out for Green Bay. They're always going to be there. Minnesota is a team that, you know, depending on their quarterback situation, they can do things. AP, AD, he's there too as well. So he can lead them all the way to the playoffs again like he did last year. Cordarrelle Patterson is another Percy Harvin in my opinion, but might be even better. I mean, this is a playmaker waiting to happen. I mean, and he's not going to be injury prone like Percy Harvin is too. Kick returns. Wide receiving ability too as well. So Minnesota, they up and coming too as well, man. Also, then you got to look at Detroit. Golden Tate, adding Golden Tate, finally giving Megatron some sidekicks. You know, Ebron from North Carolina, he's gonna be a beast. He don't even want to be called a tight end. He want to be called a Jack Smith or something, whatever he called himself, man. But that dude is a beast too, man. So if Matt Stafford can control himself and under pressure and be within the game, stop being so erratic, throwing so many picks, I mean, they can do some great things. Reggie Bush there too as well. So it's going to be a great division, but all in all, the continuity of the Bears and the pieces that they got in place, I'm going to have to go with the Bears.
All right.
See, this is a tough one, man, because I don't want to give you any type of love at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but looking at the way the division is going to lay out, I'm going to start off with Green Bay, and the reason I can't give it to Green Bay is because I don't know what that defense is going to look like. They added Julius Peppers, which his time in Chicago, he tried to do his thing, but he's starting to decline in age, so in his performance as well. They added Ha Clinton Dix. The name is hilarious, but I don't know what he is going to be in the secondary as well for Green Bay. So Aaron Rodgers is that guy. You know, he is one of those lightning rods that he's going to bring work every day on that offense. They just signed Jordy Nelson, so they're making him happy. He's getting nice money now. But what else can you get? The one thing that Green Bay has had a knock on them, even when they won the Super Bowl, is their defense. You know, so you don't know what's coming from them. But when I look at Chicago has always had a history of having a solid defense. Now, I thought whenever Urlacher left that they were going to have a huge fall off, but they made some moves. You brought in Jared Allen from Minnesota, who was the leading sack guy, you know what I'm saying, over like the last 5 or 6 years. So you have to know that with having, you know, Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford in the league, you got to be able to have somebody that's going to put pressure on that guy. But then offensively, you've got a dynamic duo of wide receiver. Alshon Jefferson and you know, Brandon Marshall is just ridiculous. You know, so the biggest question is, can Jay Cutler stay healthy? You know what I'm saying? Because Jay Cutler's, you know, health or lack thereof has been the biggest Achilles heel in my mind for Chicago. So, I mean, I give it to Chicago. I show Chicago love based on the potential. In a perfect world, everybody is healthy. But I mean, looking at Detroit, the one big thing about Detroit is they've been lacking leadership on the field and off the field as far as their coaches are concerned. So you bring in Jim Caldwell and you say, okay, Jim Caldwell, Coach Peyton Manning, you hope that he's going to bring some of that type of professionalism to the game. You got potentially one of the best defensive line in the game with Nick Fairley and Ndamukong Suh and all that jazz, but it's like, are those guys going to really be prepared to bring work? Offensively, Detroit can be nasty. You know, Reggie Bush has shown that he wasn't all hype coming out of college. It just took some time for him to find his own game. You know what I'm saying? Megatron, best receiver in the game. I don't care what anybody has to say. 3 people, 4 people, the man is going to come down with the ball. Ebron from Carolina, he's a weapon. You know, you can't call him a tight end. You're looking like the Jimmy Graham situation down in New Orleans. He's just a weapon. And then adding Golden Tate, I don't think Golden Tate is necessarily a a threat to take over the world, but I mean, he is good as a second or third option.
I know everybody expects me to pick Chicago. I'm gonna just leave them alone. They've said enough. I don't need to talk about them. I really want to talk about the other teams. Honestly, Green Bay. The scary part about Green Bay is they have a running back now. Lacey, he did his thing. I can't knock him. He did his thing as a rookie. He showed toughness. He showed durability. I mean, for him to, in the last game of the season, knowing he was hurt, knowing he had playing off one leg, and to keep playing, that was big. I thought that showed a lot of courage, and I think the team really respect him for that. So therefore, I think they're gonna support him now and make sure they make every block or do everything they can for him to succeed. So with that team is scary, but like you said, the defense, as long as they have Don Capers, that defense is always going to suck. I'm sorry. Clay Matthews is a beast. He's a beast. But you have Julius Peppers. I mean, he had 6 sacks last year. I think he's declining, like you said. But Ha-Ha Dixon, he's come on, man. Ha-Ha, he's young. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's going to do that well. I just think with Don Capers, as long as he's that coach, that defensive coach, he's not going to do well. The Lions, now, Zimmer, I think Zimmer is the coach now, from Cincinnati. If Zimmer come in...
Zimmer's in Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Minnesota. Zimmer's the coach in Minnesota. So with Zimmer coming in with that defense, can he build that defense up? Because Cincinnati, to me, he was the reason for that defense balling out like they, his toughness, his mental approach to the game, had him mentally ready. But Minnesota, like you said, man, they don't have enough.
But them losing.
They lost
Jason Allen.
They lost Jason Allen. They don't have a quarterback. Bridgewater, I think, might make some noise because don't nobody expect him to do anything. But I think he makes some noise, but you don't have a receiver. I think Greg Jennings' heart is gone, so I think that's over with. Then you look at Detroit, you just don't know what they're going to do. I mean, but
I know you didn't even want to hit on Chicago, but don't act like this. I'm not saying what I said that they're just gonna run away with the division.
No, I'm not.
And then to get back to TJ's point, as far as when you saying Minnesota's, they might be at the bottom of the barrel. I really don't think so. I really might think it might be Detroit because Cordarrelle Patterson and if you can get a Green Bay style Greg Jennings, I mean that's a nice 1-2 punch. And Teddy Bridgewater is going to win. Teddy Bridgewater is going to win that job over Matt Castle during the season. People make all that hype about him throwing with it, not throwing with the glove on his pro day, and he can't really throw the ball all of a sudden. Come on, dog. This guy was a beast. But he's a rookie. I understand it, but he's a rookie. It don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. Look what Andrew Luck did as a rookie. Look what RG3 do as a rookie.
That's 1 year. That's 1 year that the rookies came out and balled out.
Historically, Cam Newton. I mean, historically, if you go back and you take a look at it in the past 3-4 years, rookies been coming in the league, setting records.
But they've been winning. Carolina was
winning. Talking about different divisions, though, man. Andrew Luck in the division he is in is set up for a rookie quarterback to be successful.
Okay, but it's not.
And RG3 came in when the NFC East started to decline, so yeah, he gonna be stout. He had a ridiculous year. All I'm saying about Minnesota is with the rookie quarterback. Yes, Adrian Peterson is going to take some load off of him because he's not depending on him to be successful, but still he's got to be able to do something, and I don't know what to expect from that defense.
Adrian Peterson led him all the way to the playoffs last year.
But look at this though, they got Cordell Patterson as the #1 receiver. What? I mean, he didn't even do enough last year.
He's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker. But
this is going to be a breakout year.
But he's not a good receiver. So hold on. Do you think? Listen. Do you think he's a #1 receiver though?
No, I agree with you.
They put him as the #1 receiver
because Greg Jennings is down.
Exactly.
This man making Old Spice commercials. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
This man making Old Spice commercials. He doing push-ups under the seat. That's all he's doing.
Right.
But y'all sleeping on Ha-Ha Clinton Dix too as well, man.
I'm not sleeping on Mike.
Alabama, and then him playing back there with Morgan Burnett, dog. That secondary is gonna be straight.
My thing about Green Bay, Charles Woodson was one of their best players, and they let that man walk.
They shouldn't have did that.
They should not have done that because that man just gets turnovers. That's what he does.
And even from a leadership standpoint,
absolutely,
they should have kept that man to be able to guide and nurture these guys to become the players that they can potentially be. So,
But I'll say this though, with Chicago, first thing I'll say about Chicago, the only thing, with our offense, I think we have the best offense in the league, of course. You know, we got, I mean, not in the league, I'm sorry, in our division. I'm sorry, in my division.
That was about to be, that was about to be
I was about to call somebody out on that one.
But we have the best offense in the division. We might be number 2. I mean, 2 in the league. You think about, look at our offensive players. You got Brandon Marshall. We have Alshon Jeffrey. We know, hold on, we know what Alshon Jeffrey is going to do. We know what Brandon Marshall. But we have, hold on, listen, we still have Bennett. Bennett at tight end, 6'6". Then you got Forte, who can run and line up as a wide receiver and play, you know what I'm saying, play as a wide receiver and dominate. We got the 5th best offensive line in the league. So like, but I'm just saying, as a division, we have the best offense.
Look,
now it's up to our defense.
You don't know what Alshon Jeffrey, y'all everybody making like that's the best 1-2 wide receiver combination.
It is.
After 1 year for Alshon Jeffrey, dog?
This is Alshon Jeffrey.
Y'all ain't Julio Jones and Roddy White, if you ask me. Believe that.
I figured you was gonna bring him in.
I had to bring that.
When I look at Alshon Jeffries and you check the tape.
1 year.
Alshon Jeffries didn't go beast until Jay Cutler went down. Because his rookie year and the second year, his numbers.
His rookie year, he was hurt though.
He was hurt.
He was big. He was fat.
His
right.
That's what it was.
And that's true. You're right. And he got back in shape.
Cutler, for whatever reason, couldn't get the ball to Alshon Jeffries in any kind of a flow and consistent. But whenever he went down, that was when Alshon Jeffries went off. When old boy, the number 2, was throwing him the ball, and I can't even think of that guy's name because he's not worth it.
Well, the best thing he did in the offseason was he went and worked out with Brandon.
But hold on, but does that mean, so now we know that, he can ball.
You know he can.
So I guarantee you.
Can your quarterback get on the rock?
Of course. Why not?
Why not? That's what I'm asking.
But again, he was hurt. He was hurt, and like you said, but like because he gets hurt. It's not his ability.
How does he come back when he's hurt? How does he play?
He bought on last year after he got hurt. After he got hurt, he came back. Even in the last game against Green Bay, he came back through 3 touchdowns. No picks. Ball up.
Let's be honest about Chicago. Let's be honest about your quarterback. He can give you an MVP performance 1 week, and the next week look like the worst quarterback in the game.
No, that's Matthew Stafford.
No.
That's Tony Romo. That's not Cutler. That's Tony Romo and Matthew Stafford. That is not Cutler.
Do you remember the game where Chicago played Washington and what's your boy D'Angelo Hall had 4 interceptions in that game?
And who was our receiver? Devin Hester. No, yes it does. Devin Hester. Who was the DB? And Johnny Knox the second year? Come on, dog.
Come on.
No. He can't. I want him to bring
But dog, look, we're going to wrap it up because, we about to tear this barbershop up. So again, I'm going to ask you now, in order, what do you think from top to bottom? Name your
top to
4 teams
bottom
in the division.
I'm going to go Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, and then Minnesota coming in last.
I'm going to go Chicago, Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit.
I want some of what you drink.
People sleeping on Minnesota. Went to the playoffs last year. Look out back for him again. Give the reins over to Teddy Bridgewater. See what the young kid can do, like they always do with these rookies coming in the league. These quarterbacks coming in the league today. The man can throw the ball.
That was 2 years ago.
Okay, and I have Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, and Minnesota. So once again, we have Will's Barbershop in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'd like to thank my special guest, TJ. Remember, go check him out at
3 points the hard way.
3 points the hard way, go podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
My man, Will the Sports Guru, appreciate it.
Already.
Again, I'm Mr. Controversy. We see you at the show next week. We out.